All right, so there is the moon reflection in the bird bath there. The water is really calm, really still, and really level. That's what it does. If we were spinning 1,000 miles an hour, like the Globers say, that water would be flying out. The other thing is we could never have level plumb or level anywhere on a rotating orb. So that's just the way that is. Let's put the moon in there along with the wind chime. So you can reach out and call me anytime you like, or text me. I'm exposing the truth about everything that I've found out about. And if you think I missed something or got it wrong, by all means, give me a call. That'd be just dandy. Oh, let's see. I think I flipped that around. I did. Hey, good morning. So I added a Stanley Meyer video, my favorite one that I've found, to Odyssey and TikTok and BitChute and Rumble. You might find that interesting. It's about virtually free energy, water as fuel. How about that? All right, so let's take a drive in. Want to head to the beach and see if I can show you where the moon is setting today. Because it's setting later, about an hour later than yesterday, it'll be easier to see. I get interesting calls from people from all over the world, any time of the day or night. I appreciate that. And today you'll be able to see it go from nighttime to daytime pretty clearly. That's one of the reasons why I do these drives. The 0 point energy field is all around us. It can be seen when we have lightning, the sparking, static electricity. There's a mom and a group of children getting ready to, well, she's going to send them off to school for their indoctrination. Have you seen the movie Boys from Brazil showing human cloning? Well, Elusive Truths did a video. I've got it in my Deep Learning AI research library. You might find that interesting. I know I did. And George Green is in there too. I've got other videos with George Green talking about the world elite and depopulation and all of that. So the truth isn't based on popular opinion. It's not popular, nor is it an opinion. It's simply the accurate situational awareness. What's going on? How does this work out? Who are we? Who are you? I'm learning to find out more and more that I've been created at this point in time for such a time as this. I believe we're at the end of human history, in the little season of Revelation 20. You can look at that. It's called the timeline deception, or that's what many refer to it as. All right, so it's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. The moon will set about an hour from now. The sunrise is about 50 minutes from now. I say about because that's what it is, about that. You can check it out if you like. I use the Tides Near Me app, which gives really accurate information of the when the sun and the moon appear and vanish. And if you take a look around on the horizon and see when you can see that, well, hopefully you'll notice that they're bouncing all over the place. And where the sun and the moon appear and vanish on the horizon, and their duration of visibility, especially between one another through the seasons and the phases of the moon, conclusively proves that they are moving above the stationary and level Earth. That's the reality of it. And I bring that up again and again because, well, it's conclusive proof, and like I say, there could be no level, plumb or level, anywhere at any time on a spinning, wobbling, orbiting, rotating water ball hurling through space. It's just the way it is. So this time of the day, there isn't quite the race between people getting to work at the Seacoast Medical for the shift change. It's normally at 7 a.m. So if you're watching this video live right now, it's a Facebook live stream, and then I will upload it to other platforms. I download it to my computer and upload it to other platforms for your consideration, whoever you are. So it's not enough just for me anyway, to compile a comprehensive library that contains a lot of truth. I also want to interconnect with other content creators, researchers, and that to bring them on board if they are so inclined. If they want to know the truth about more and more, I keep on adding to it regularly throughout the day and night. And I have help from friends and family all over the world, the stationary level world or Earth. This is in the North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area. I'm fixing to go over the Intracoastal Waterway. Part of the evidence of living in the Little Season is that we have previously far advanced civilizations that created structures and architectural feats that apparently we can't even do today. Marble cathedrals and so forth that we can't replicate. Apparently, that's the narrative. The official narrative. Well, we just don't know how they did it. Well, that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to know why. Well, because they're lying. So they're lying, and I ain't buying. So truth is the accurate situational awareness of whatever you want to know about. Or whether you want to know about it or not, it's still, the truth is still the accurate situational awareness. Who has all of that awareness on everything? Well, I believe the Almighty does. And I know Him as Jesus Christ, Yeshua, the living Word, the living water, the great I Am, the Alpha and Omega, knowing the end from the beginning, my Heavenly Father, my Savior, and you can look into that if you care to. I've got the digital audio Bible merged with the Beauty of Creation in my library, the Gospel of John movie, and much more. strong reasons, powerful proof as to why I believe the Bible is a reliable source of this information. Now, there are corrupt translations of the Bible. For example, the New World Translation of the Jehovah's Witnesses Bible. So it's going to require divine intervention to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. This is Sea Mountain Highway in Cherry Grove, or also known as North Myrtle Beach. Wanted to put this together to give you an opportunity to go along for the drive with me and take a look around, see what you can see. So abundant, clean, free energy available to all of humanity with 0 point energy, Tesla technology. Stanley Meyer, the water car guy, also had a toroidal power generator that could power a house. John Christie also had a generator that could power a house without the need of any fuel. It's accessing the 0 point or free energy field. So where does the truth lead? Well, it's important. The big question I believe anybody can ask and get an accurate answer to is, where will you spend forever and why? I'm of the belief that the Bible, what the Bible says is true about that. Unless a man is born again, he won't even see the kingdom of heaven. So you need to be born again, and God decides who his children are. You can read about it or listen to it in the Gospel of John. John 1, they were born of the Spirit, not the decision of man. All right, so that's a bus that I don't want to follow and have to go through all the stopping and that, so I'll just go a different way. I think I can make that, barely. Yeah, I'm on it. Oh, yes. So that's the Prince Resort in the middle of the view, and I should have a pretty good view of the moon set from that location. So I have a friend that asked me to show where the sun and the moon rise and set throughout the seasons, and I've done it. I've compiled it. It's in my library. If you want to like my videos, they'll be in your private liked video playlist. And if you want to create playlists, you can, and include not just my videos if you like them, also the videos that are in my Deep Learning AI research library. Reason I say that, if my channel is taken down, well, it may be really a challenge for you to find a lot of those videos. I have a really good memory over a long time, and I've put that together for your consideration. Yeah, the moon is pretty high in the sky right now, even here. But it does move pretty quickly. Alrighty. It's chilly today. It's in the low 40s. So I want to grab my gloves before I take the camera or my iPhone out of the holder. That'll make it a little bit easier. So I also have videos on the tragedy of what has happened in North Carolina with the hurricane, or whatever that storm was. It was called Helene. It was an engineered storm, I believe. And what happens in a situation like that is another term that I've heard used and believed to be accurate, which is disaster capitalism. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll show you where the moon is from the garage here, right up there. This is one of the ways of bypassing the digital quarantine, so people can be made aware that there's an option for them to consider the truth about a matter. The ultimate truth, I believe, the most important truth is Bible.com. The need to be born again, and then to recognize whether or not that's actually occurred in your life. Okay, so yesterday, when I showed you where the moon was setting, it was down low between those two buildings. Now it's way up there. The wind is out of the northwest, about 7 miles an hour. How pretty is that? I would say very pretty. So people come from all over the world here on a busy year like 2019, before all the COVIDiocy took place. There were over 20 million guests that came here. I have that there in case somebody wants to say, oh, what is that? Take a picture of it. And my name and the hashtag of my name is rather unique. And my phone number is definitely unique, because I'm a unique kind of guy wanting to expose the truth about everything. So the surface of undisturbed, unmanipulated water is flat and level. That's a fact. With so many of the conspiracies, how can we know the truth about them? Well, I don't need to know an answer for all the questions that people may have of how does it all work. I would simply say it's enough to know that they're lying and I ain't buying that lie. So there's the moon. Let me zoom in on that. So the sun and the moon are local. Well, how local? Not 93 million miles away for the sun, and not a quarter of or 238 million miles for the moon. That's just a fact. So when it's cooler like this, quite often there's less humidity in the air and the sunrise is very different looking. The tide is coming in and we can see how it washes away the vehicle tracks. And the water has cooled off quite a bit, and so has the atmosphere, so it may be that the hurricane season has slowed down quite a bit, looks like. In my library, there are videos that have links to trusted sources to send funding, if you care to help the people out there. There are probably people cut off from in the wake of the storms that are dying of exposure and running out of food and water, maybe infections, and it's been obvious that the authorities have been impeding or hindering the relief, not even really participating actively in the relief for the storm victims. So I would say that's criminal. But I want to be careful to not say too much because I don't want the video taken down. I want it to stay up, and you can look through the library and see what you can see. Find what you can find there. So if I were the pier is open right now and I could go up there, but the reflection would be very, very different than when I'm right down here on the sand. So my understanding is pretty much anybody can do a live stream on Facebook, and then you can download it to your computer and upload it to the internet, to other platforms. And it's compressed really well, and it's gone through a process of analyzing to see what, if it'll be allowed to stay up through their searching. On YouTube, I believe you need 1,000 subscribers to be able to go live. So the video quality on Facebook is not quite as good as I would like it to be, but it's good enough to show you what I want to show you. Huh. One of my friends is coming out here to go surfing, so I want to get a different vantage point to put him in the view. There he is. Good morning. So with the biodigital convergence, a terminology you may want to look into, and I've got plenty of research in my library to cover that. It's transhumanist. It's a component of the transhumanist agenda that involves the merging of man and machine, so to speak. And there is technology that's been deployed in the food, water, air, personal hygiene products, and activated with the wired and wireless grid, as well as our own body electricity, that can be altered to release hormones and a fear response and all of that, or a lack of fear response when there should be one, that can alter the assembly of this technology in our bodies. So I've met people that say, I don't believe that. Well, neither do I. I know it. I've got the proof of it. That's what I wanted to do, is to expose all that. This is going to be a shout out to Karen. Karen is a friend of mine. She said, so what are you going to do when the internet and power and all that goes down? Well, basically something else. I'll do as much as I can with whatever I have to work with. If it's a Mad Max kind of world and society is unraveling and there's rioting and all that, I'll probably be staying closer to home. Makes sense. Earlier this year, I have a moon set where the moon sat right over the water under the pier there. So it sat way over there. Today, obviously, it's setting way over there. Well, I think maybe now would be a good time to head on up to the pier. It's going to get increasingly more difficult to go ahead and stay out of the incoming tide and get the nice shot. I don't want to get wet feet right now. I've been earthing this morning in my grounded electrolyte enhanced water this morning, and that is reverse osmosis carbon filtered water that I have. So, are you open to new information that may contradict what you've currently believed or did believe to be true? Hey, good morning, Larry.
Morning.
Good to see you. Good morning.
Pictures too, huh?
Oh yeah, doing a video right now. I've got a YouTube channel. Would you like a card to the channel? It'll help you.
That's what I was catching this surfer at sunrise, you know?
Oh, how beautiful is that? Here, let me put that in my video. How nice. This video will be on other platforms as well. You can find them through my name and my phone number if you care to, and it's an anytime number. You can give me a holler if you like. I'm
Robert? Angel.
yeah.
Nice
And
to meet you, Robert.
what did you say your name?
Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
I moved here from Las Vegas to that. I come here and walk the beach.
Oh, how long have you been here from
6
Vegas?
months.
Well, welcome.
6 months I wanted to retire out here. And yeah, I didn't know it was going to get this cold so fast, man. But,
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll do that. Now it's going to warm up again for a
yeah,
while.
that's what they're doing. Hell,
Yep.
yeah, enjoy the sunrise.
Hey, thanks, man. You too. All right, that's Angel from Las Vegas. I could see a lot of fish activity in the water. want to see if I can access my, okay. So 20 minutes from now we should have the sun appearing over the plain. So we're facing south right now. So that would be east. A lot of fish on the breaking the surface there. So in the summer, from this vantage point, the sun comes up way over there. Today it's going to come up in that neighborhood over there. So when the sun appears, or close to it during sunrise, a lot of the birds wake up and come on over. Hundreds of them flying on in now. On top of the building are cameras that are online. If you go to the Prince Resort in Cherry Grove, South Carolina, you can see them. So healthy dietary and lifestyle choices contribute to overall physical and mental health. That's a fact. Intermittent fasting is also very healthy at setting the body's metabolism and providing overall health, cleaning up the system. If you want to consult a physician, I've got world-class physicians in my library talking about key areas that should be food for thought for anybody that wants to look at them. So let's see how this works out to just flip it. Alrighty. So it's a cool, crisp, beautiful morning, and I encourage everybody to seek the truth with all your heart because it matters for eternity. So increasingly, I should say the truth is and always has been the most censored topic there is. I don't expect the enemy of our souls to be telling the truth much. However, there is truth intermingled with falsehoods or lies to create a mixture that leads to deception. Whether it's on the news or the movies. One of the short answers is that there's a lot of predictive programming in the movies, magazines, and a lot of fiction and lies, outright lies, presented as the truth on the news. So largely it's all propaganda to one extent or another. People have vested interests in believing things a certain way, and quite often that's referred to as confirmation bias. So they're looking to confirm, they're looking for proof or supposed proof and evidence for what they want to believe. And quite often that's driven by lifestyle choices that are unbiblical. So, for example, most people apparently don't want to believe the Bible or want to believe that the Bible is not true because they want to do they want to sin according to Scripture. They want to carry out their deeds of darkness. So they'll do that by just explaining away the Bible as a fairy tale and all that. Oh well. So I believe it's only by God's grace that anybody can love and believe the truth, let alone find it. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I didn't want to. I just wanted to know the truth about all this. What's going on here, who's in charge, and what can we do about it, or more specifically, what can I do about it as it relates to my life. So as important as what I believe to be true actually is, it doesn't directly affect you so much. I can share what I've found and you can evaluate it and draw your own conclusions. So when I've heard it said many, many times, do your own research. And I believe that that's important to do your own research. I would also say that my research library is a good place to start or add to it. Maybe you know a lot of things. You may have missed some things that you could find there. So the surface of our Earth is covered by much of this water, over 70%. And Stanley Meyer found a way to molecularly disassociate the oxygen and hydrogen covalent bond to power an engine, to cut steel and melt rock. We could basically cleanly provide the fuel for transportation. Apparently there's 2.5 times the energy in a gallon of water as a gallon of gasoline. How about that? So that's actually a big deal. Why would they suppress that technology? Some kind of a conspiracy? Absolutely. Wealthy, powerful people wanting to control humanity? Of course. Hey, good morning, George. So George is on his way out there for king mackerel fishing, and a lot of these boats are too. I believe there's a contest going on right now. I have nature videos in my library too. Also flying over exotic locations, islands, mountains. Very beautiful. As well as background as well, like a fireplace with crackling and thunder and all that. You could take a look at it. It's I enjoy getting out in the wilderness and in the outside and enjoying the beauty and majesty of creation. And sometimes I'll just be able to look at it from the comfort of my home. Although we avoid a lot of the hard hits from hurricanes here, it has happened where they've really damaged this area quite a bit. And then there's always the possibility of a tsunami that could be generated by a blast wave generator. I don't travel very far from home anymore just because of a lot of circumstances that would make it difficult. Funding being one of them, and then there's other factors. I don't need to go into all the details. The short version is I can travel all over the world from a very desirable location to do that, this location here, and so that's why I do this. Many of the people will come here. So the Myrtle Beach skyline is right over there, about 30 miles away, depending on where we're talking about. California is over there. If we lived on a globe 3,400 miles or 25,000 miles in circumference, there would be a hump in the middle of the country that would be 350 miles tall. I don't know of a passenger vehicle that could climb that. 8 inches per mile square. You can look at it on earthcurvature.com if you care to. So today it looks like the sun is going to appear right over there. That'd be my guess. Yeah, so it's lit up more right there. Yep, there it is, right there. Should appear right there. Good morning. And I'm going to need to cut it shortly after the sunrise, so I believe I'll be under an hour. It's so I can show you what I wanted to show you here. So at different times I've seen what looks to be buildings in Wilmington from here. That's quite a ways away. I believe about 60 miles away. Another fascinating inventor is Troy Reed. He was killed too. He created the magnet motor car. Could run a 12-volt battery in a little Geo Metro, I believe it was. He's in my library. You can see him. It was a perpetual driving machine, electric. So electric isn't bad. It's just how it's powered makes a difference. Met an engineer from Caterpillar Corporation at Bike Week about a half a year ago, and he said, we were talking about free energy, 0-point energy. He said, yeah, if I started with a fully charged Tesla, I could make it a perpetual driving machine. Maybe there will be an update for it sometime in a multi-motor car. Could be. There it is, right there. A lot of free energy from the sun grows our plants, creates oxygen in the house I live in. I've got a lot of plants that are cleaning up the air in my home and having a healthy oxygenated environment. I've got over 30 plants with a lot of leaves on them. And then I have water, purified reverse osmosis carbon filtered water that I put out in the sunlight, and then I spray the leaves with it, water the plants with it, and drink it as well. It's really healthy, I believe. So do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? Well, that depends. That depends on the temperature, because the temperature changes the volume and density of water, drives the hydrologic cycle. So I hope you enjoy your truth-seeking journey. This is Robert Forsch exposing the truth about everything that I've found out about so far. Like I say, feel free to reach out anytime you like. If you care to, that'd be just fine. Fine and dandy. All right. Thank you so much.